Yo, what is going on, everybody? Gotta remember to put that mic in front of me. What is going on, everybody? So I know you saw the title of today's video and were like, really? Come on, man, this has got to be clickbait. I'm gonna let you make your own conclusions on whether the title "Unemployed Women Get $5,000 Because Female." I'm gonna let you make the determination on whether that's clickbait or not. Allow me to plug in my laptop before it goes flat. Sorry about that, guys. Forgot I'd unplug that one. All right, I'm back. See, this is the beauty of doing things live. You never know what's going to happen. What's going on, Shane? One of my faithful members to this channel. Thank you very much, brother. And Grin Reaper. Guys, here we go. Check this out. I'm going to bring up this screen and you are not going to believe your eyes. You probably will because you know what's been going on, but it's still pretty nuts. New South Wales budget 2020. So the New South Wales budget, New South Wales is one of the states of Australia, and that's the state in which I live. And they've just done their budget announcement, and they've talked about jobs and health and infrastructure and all of the ways that they're going to spend money. So free food vouchers to encourage people to eat out and stimulate the hospitality industry is one of the most notable announcements in today's budget. It's kind of an interesting initiative. While we all wait for the COVID-19 vaccine to arrive, the New South Wales government is determined to treat the economic symptoms of the pandemic by saving and creating as many jobs as possible. Now, when they say saving and creating as many jobs as possible, I assume they're talking about everyone, right? Not just certain half of the population who has a particular type of genitalia and leaving the other half out. Surely they wouldn't do that, right? Let's read on. The opposition has slammed a cornerstone plan to get women back into the workforce. Why would they be slamming it? New South Wales Shadow Treasurer Walt Secord said only a small fraction of unemployed women will be helped as part of the $10 million return to work program, which will be announced as part of the budget. Labor will offer its so just so you got a bit of an idea, Labor is kind of like the Democrats as far as Australia goes. So the US Democrats are like Australian Labor and the Greens. Labor will offer its bipartisan support when the program is genuine, but this is a cruel hoax and an outright lie. It's a hoax that they're going to give money to women. Well, it doesn't actually look too much like a hoax to me because there it is on the New South Wales government website. And there it is on Surface New South Wales. There we go. You can apply for it right there. It's not a hoax. It's only a hoax because it's not giving $5,000 to every woman. And I don't think we should be giving $5,000 to anybody, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. So here we go. There's the Return to Work program, which will provide grants targeted support to women who have been out of work for at least 1 month. So if you're a woman and you've been out of work for 30 days, 31 days, you can apply for a grant to get $5,000. What can you get the grant for $5,000 for? Well, it can be spent on things like transport, office supplies, and childcare. Guys, hold the phone. Let's just back up for a second here. Let's hit pause. Now, if you're not at work, why do you need money for childcare? I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. Office supplies. Oh, like a pen? Go buy your own damn pen. Dudes included. Transport. Like if you were going to give people like an Opal card, which is kind of like our New South Wales tap and go card for public transport, if you're going to give an Opal card to people who were returning to work for a couple of weeks, I totally support that. I think that's a great initiative, right? Helping people to cover those transport costs to get to and from work until the paycheck starts rolling back in. I get it. I'm on board. But just transport for your car or for your bike or for whatever you feel like, for getting your nails done, whatever you want. We're going to say it's for childcare and office supplies and transport, and you just use it how you choose. There's no tracking, there's no requirements on how to spend it, there's no auditing, there's nothing. Here's $5,000 just for you, just because you have something between your legs that other people don't. That's literally what the government is telling us. Labor has said that the $10 million program cap would mean only 2,000 out of the 132,000 unemployed women would benefit before the fund ran out of cash if the full grant was handed out to everyone who applied. Congratulations, you can use a calculator. See how much of virtue signaling BS this is? Minister for Women, Bronnie Taylor, oh God, Bronnie Taylor disputed Labor's assessment of the program. The Return to Work Grants program is just one of the many great initiatives in the budget that are targeted at helping women get back to work. Guys, it gets better. It gets better. Others include the $57.4 million Trades Skill Pathways Center, which has a focus on getting women into trades. Hey, if you can encourage women to get into trades, I encourage everybody, including guys, to get into trades. No issue there. As long as you're doing the same work as another person, no problem. The $120 million extension to the free community preschool program, and wait for it, guys, wait for it. So they said that $10 million would be handed out in lots of 5,000 to women to get back to work. But they've invested almost double that, $17 million, in something far more important in helping women return to work. $17 million to help women with morning sickness. Give me a fucking break. What are you going to spend that on? You're going to spend it on ice cream and little dinner parties to make people feel better? Like, how is that going to help the economy get back up to speed? Just ridiculous, honestly. Shout out to Kate of the Swiss, says, dropping the truth as always. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your super chat. You know, you're always kind, always generous, always contributing. I appreciate that. Now, this is the government Department for Communities and Justice. How do they even come into the picture when talking about getting women returning to work? Look, I know this might sound like a rant. Oh, people are going to be like, oh, Sydney, you hate women. No, I actually love women. I honestly do. And I love them now that I understand them a lot better. But we need to stop this BS with just throwing money at people, throwing special treatment laws at people, and then turning around and being like, oh, by the way, you're oppressed. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. I'm done. Gladys Berejiklian said the program would help women with financial assistance and targeted support during mentoring, advice, and training to help them return to the workforce. Yeah, well, you know what, Gladys? How about you spare a thought for the guys that have lost their job in this time? How about you spare a thought for the guys who have lost their business during this time? How about you spare a thought for the men who have lost their families during this time? And then your government, your legal aid that helps the Women's Domestic Violence Court Advocacy Service is encouraging women, and I know a few women that it's actually spoken to and what they've said, so don't tell me this isn't happening, have actually encouraged women to separate from their partners, make false allegations, and ruin their lives. Why? Because women's rights. No, that's not women's rights. That's some bullshit right there. Shane says, I seriously just expect this crap these days. 100%, man. I agree with you. That's exactly how it's going. And Chris Edwards says, as a tradie myself, women tradies are given a free ride. And look, and I don't want to rag on women tradies because I know some that they pull their weight better than some of the guys, right? And mad respect to them where they do that. Any tradie that pulls their weight and works hard, I don't care what anatomy they have. I don't care what chromosomes they have. I don't care what's between their legs. I don't care what their name is or whether they've got long hair or not. If they do the work properly, I respect it massively, right? And shout out to everyone who puts in the work. And to everyone who doesn't put in the work, regardless of who you are, pick up your socks, work harder. Anyway, Gladys says, I encourage women from all walks of life to apply for these grants and use this springboard to jump back into their former career or even start a new one. Treasurer Dominic Perrottet says helping more women get back to work will not only provide a financial lifeline for them and their families, it will also boost the economy. And I don't disagree with that. But what I disagree with is it being completely one sided and men being completely left out of the picture. Right? I know guys that are struggling like hell right now and could use even just a couple of $100. You're throwing 5,000 of taxpayer money at this bullshit program? Come on, man. It is estimated that women make up 53% of directly affected industries. Yeah, which means that men make up 47% of directly affected industries. Yeah, I can count. You think this is flying over the radar? You think that people aren't picking up on what you're saying, New South Wales government? I am. Shout out to David McFarlane with a super chat. Says a few dollars to show my appreciation. Well, I'm going to show my appreciation right back at you, David. Thank you very much for that, brother. Minister for Women Bronnie Taylor's grants are available to women who've been out of work for a month. Again, no help for guys that have been out of work for 3 months. Not a cent. No assistance. And by the way, if they have over a certain amount of assets, right, that they might have worked very hard for a very long period of time, paying the taxes that pay for these programs, they don't get jack shit. They have to sell their assets. And then, it's like, well, you've got too much cash now. You might not have the assets, but you've got the money in the bank, so you don't need our help. So you've got to sell the things you've got. Then you've got to use all of the money you got from the things that you had, and then you can get job seeker benefit. And then you're back to square one. How is that even fair for anybody, guy or girl? Sheesh. Sage Pirates says, don't bash all women here in Vietnam. We never close down. They've been working hard every day. No welfare in Vietnam. That's what I'm saying, man. Sage, I agree with you. And again, my massive respect to all the men and women in Vietnam who are working hard, who are doing what has to be done to put food on the table. Because sometimes you just got to buckle down and work for it. And that's what needs to happen in New South Wales. We don't need to be giving $5,000 handouts to people that haven't had a job for 4 weeks during freaking COVID. Like, come on. Absolute joke. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's right there. It's on the Service New South Wales website, service.newsouthwales.gov.au. Grants of $5,000 will be available to cover the financial obstacles that can face women wanting to get back into work. These could involve the costs included in education and training, support material for courses, work necessities such as specialist clothing, equipment, IT, transportation costs, childcare. Education and training, huh? Yeah. I just signed up for a $6,000 course so I can learn cybersecurity and get my certifications. You're going to give me some money towards my education training? Yeah, I didn't think so. Disgust me. You wonder why guys aren't voting for you. You wonder why guys are done. You wonder why guys come onto Facebook and rant at the government and rant at these feminist people pushing this crap. Right? You wonder why. This is why. It's completely one-sided. It's completely biased. It's completely ignorant. It's completely sexist. And it's completely bullshit. Anyway, I've had about enough of my rant tonight. I need to go get some sleep. Gentlemen, thank you for your super chats. I appreciate you. And by the way, go and check out the Working Man on YouTube. He's been putting in the work. Man, I hope your subscribers are growing, brother. Says WTF, and what do men get? Bootstraps. Yeah, we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Oh man, I don't even. It's honestly a joke. It's honestly a joke. And at the same time, right? And at the same time, we're throwing money at women to get back into the workforce. We've got Biden. Check this out. Why bringing women back into the workforce is Joe Biden's greatest opportunity to recharge the economy. Well, I'm sorry, but if it's going to cost you $5,000 per person to get women back into the workforce, then maybe it's not really a great opportunity to recharge the economy. Maybe everyone should just deal with the circumstances at hand and apply for a job again if you don't have a job, and keep applying and do what you got to do. It's not going to be like this forever. right? And guys have got it just as hard as girls do at the moment. Seriously. So I'm just revolted at the New South Wales government, honestly. This is what happens when you put a feminist in charge of the state or the country. This is what happens. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, guys, thank you to everyone who supported this stream with super chats. Thank you to everyone who supports this channel on PayPal. Also, go out and check me out on rumble.com. If you want to join Rumble, please, guys, jump into the description below. I put my referral link to Rumble. Click on the Rumble referral link. Join up. It does help me out. It does help me to support this channel. And, for you content creators who want to do it as well, it is fully monetizable straight off the bat. I'm going to start putting a lot of my videos on Rumble, not just on YouTube. That way, not only is it an archive of my videos from YouTube, but it also allows you guys to go over there and support me by watching the videos there if you don't catch it live, and help me with a bit of monetization. You don't have to; it's totally up to you if you want to watch it here or there. And I'm not asking for a single cent, guys. Just saying, if you want to help support the channel, you can check me out on Rumble. But if you want to keep watching it here, then absolutely no worries at all. And I appreciate you guys. So make sure you smash the like and the thumbs up and share this video and drop a comment and just help to get the engagement up, because more people need to see what's going on with our government agencies and our politicians and the corruption and the complete hypocrisy. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here for now. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know I've said that like a million times already. Not literally a million, but several. It's just because I'm tired and I'm going to go to bed. So I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.